gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live. Filmed in beautiful Treasure Island, Florida. Now, let's hear it for our host, our president and CEO, Andy Albright.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you for the intro. I think we got some great information to share with you today. I do not like this light behind my shoulder, but this is the bright Florida sunshine. We will get that fixed, but not for this show. We wanted to carry on. I got crazy great news today. Let's see who all I got on here. I see Marvin Osuna is on here, Jeremico Edwards, Mike Marisi, Evan Patzer. I'm looking for Brandon Manley and somebody else. These are all guys that went agency manager. Mike and Kate Marisi went qualified agency managers, which mean they hit the agreements, the requirements 2 months in a row. There's Brandon Manley. And Evan and Mike, Brandon, if y'all can turn on your video, that would be great. And Marvin, if you can turn on the video, that'd be great. And then I see you, Patzer, with your mask on. You can't get this through Zoom. I'm just going to tell you. Let's see. And I see Osuna and I see Manley. What's up? You got your War Room shirt on. And Osuna, the Fanatic, and Jeremico. Who else did? Was there another one? Hey, the other thing I want to put up before the day's over is the requirements to go agency manager. Tia, if you can pull those up, even if you hold it up, that's fine. I just want to show everybody what the requirements they met to get qualified. And today I am talking about really what is the mindset. I've heard people say things like, I got to get out of my own head. I got to get out of my own way. All that stuff is kind of psychobabble, but I want to give you some true psychological reasons why people don't work, and especially booking 40 or 50 or 60 appointments, why they don't do it. The other answer, that was Jeff Bright's, you can tell his academic version, why they don't do it. And I was like, how about we talk about why they do it and why some people are doing it. We've got the reasons why people are booking it and killing it. So the activity we're talking about today is, why do people book 40 appointments? Now, some people are going to go, because they want to get rich, because they want to matter, but there's some psychological stuff that we want to talk about. And here's the big deal. Since you guys are all brand new agency managers, these are the things that keep your guys from taking action, period. This is an activity call. So I want to tell you what the symptom is, like what's wrong with them. But then I really want to get into the common sense. How do you fix these people? How do you get them going? So we're going to get into that. We've got some leaderboards. Some new people are showing up. That is exciting. Tia, if you will pull those up, I will go through those. The activity leaderboards. There we go. Here we go. All right. So submitted, Brandon and Ashley Beal have killed it. And by the way, this is the beginning of August. Okay. So Brandon and Ashley Beal submitted 108,003 IULs, and that is accurate. There is no mistake. I did reach out to Alex Avian. Joe Bradley, I want to say congratulations, Joe, but we don't think the numbers are that high. He did a ton of children's apps, but somehow they got keyed in, so it looks like 26,000. Congratulations, Joe, for being on there, although we think it's a little high what's showing up. Billy Crane came in at 720 apps, submitted this week, 17,000 of premium. This is August. This is the first week of August is up. And then issue paid. Let's go down to the issue paid. Joe 2 is leading the country with 10 apps, 18,000 in premium, 10 life apps. Marvin and Julissa Otsoy, we keep hearing Otsoy's name, 18,000. Katrina Gustin, 13,000, 5 apps. Billy Crane huge submit and huge issue pay. That means the pipeline's full. Billy's bringing business in. 24 outs issued, 11,000. Jerry Gonzalez. Jerry continues to smoke. And we recognized his daughter, Jera, numerous times. Now Jerry's getting into the action. 10,000 issue paid this week. We recognized him last week for like $7 grand, I think, or $8. Jeremico Edwards, $9 grand issued. Evan Patzer, who's on this call, you see him, one of the people that one of the guests on here, just went agency manager, issued $9 grand. Mark Hutchinson, we were talking about him last week a lot. He issued $8 grand for 9 apps. Stephanie Rodriguez, we're gonna call her name several times today. She's one of my neighbors over here in Florida, and she paid $8,000 for 11 apps. And Jeff Turner issued $8,100 for 10 apps. He's down in Texas. Jerry and Cassie issued $8,000 for 12 apps, and Adam Johnson issued $7,800 for 13 apps. Yeah, Brandon, you gonna be able to do anything about that fan? It's as bad as me. I got the light in the background, and you got the fan. I love it. Going live, man. You never know what you're gonna get. That's way better. Annuity producers, James and Jane got one issued for $83,000, and let's see who this Gary is. Gary Ellis. Gary Ellis got 50,000 issued, and Josephine Shields Recus issue paid 25,000. Bobby and Eric Belair 25,000, and Lori Guthrie knocked another one out, issue paid. And let's scroll down, look at see who led the country in Foresters. I think it's Adam Johnson. Adam Johnson, 6,000 with Foresters. Stephanie Rodriguez, 5,000 with Foresters. And Mimi Rodriguez with 4,600. Way to go, Mimi. And then top recruiters, Joseph Tu. Now check this out. Joseph Tu was #1 issue paid and #1 recruiter this week. He is part of Jeremy Patton, Paul Roberts, Fitz World. So they are smoking over there. ABTF, one of our ABTF folks, got 7 issue paid in WIT. Terry and Tia Edwards put in 7. Paul Roberts 7. Alex Avian 5. Andy Riddle 3. Jane Bazan put in 3. Jane just keeps being in the top 10. Another ABTF put in 3 in WIT, and Stephen and Holly Davies put in 3. And Jason Molina put in 3. All right, good job. All right, thanks for those leaderboards, Tia. Congratulations to those guys. We got some other leaderboards. We're giving away $1,000 each month, and I want to show you the winners for last month. I think let's just pull those leaders up for the Fanatics bonus. All right, here we go. Mark Hutchinson got a grand. Here's the way this works: 30,000 issue paid in a month, you get a $1,000 bonus. 30,000 issue paid annuities, you get a $1,000 bonus. So it's really a chance. Actually, you get 2,500. You get 1,000 for annuities or 1,000 for life, but you get them both. We throw in an extra 500, so it's $2,500. And it looks like Jonathan and Megan Yakey almost got it down there. The issue paid $400,000 on annuity. If they had one more annuity, they'd got 2,500. So let's go back to the top. Megan Wood got a $1,000 bonus. Issue paid $30,000. Mark Hutchinson, 130. I got him at 52,000, 197,000 annuity. So he was close to getting both. Megan Wood, Mia Fennell knocked out 40 grand. She got a bonus. Robert Wilson gets a bonus. Katrina Gustin, Brandon and Ashley Beal get a bonus. Billy Crane gets a bonus. Joseph Tu. We keep calling Tu's name out. Another bonus. Jeremy Go Edwards, a bonus. Jonathan Megan, a bonus. And Marvin and Jalissa Otsoy, $1,000 bonus. All right, so this starts over in August. So we're in August. Here we go. All right, scroll down. Let's look and see. We got some new people. Oh, Summer Sweepstakes Foresters. Foresters keep giving away money. Oh, back up to HMA. My bad. I didn't see that one. I'm not sure if it's on mine. It's not on mine, Tia, but I'll look at it real quick. So I want to tell you this, 2 reasons. One is every month they're giving away money. So there was 5 winners. I'll tell you who they were. We had 5 winners win $200. If Elliot hadn't let you know, here's the winners. Courtney Meinor, Minor. Courtney Minor won $200. 200 bucks. 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 Leo Altador won $200. Jeff Turner won $200. Curling Eldridge won $200. And Andrew Cabrera won $200 through the HMA bonus opportunity. So all you guys will get $200. These are the people that are leading HMA right now. And all I got is their first name. So let's scroll on down to the next one, Tia, the Summer Sweepstakes. All right, Summer Sweepstakes. Here's the crazy thing. Stephanie Rodriguez, if you look at number 11. That's Stephanie Rodriguez. She's number one with the rookies and number one with all the veterans. So she's on track to win a $2,000 cash bonus at the end of August. She's got one more month competing right there. Let's see who else we got, guys. Charlene Preston is winning money. Jonathan Megan Yakey. Cameron Ashcroft. Cameron about to win some cash. $500 bonus. Adam Johnson, George Andershock, Olga and Jason Mathis, Minerva Profil, James and Pam Awara, and Mark Hutchinson. Those are the veterans to win cash. You go down to number 21, you see Dante Williams. He's right there. If he gets a little bit more, he would kick Mark Hutchinson out. So number 21 is competing with number 10 because of the veterans. So look at all the rookies that are competing. They are Stephanie Rodriguez is crushing them. Jake and Beret Joseph. Vinny Napoli. Vinny Brandon has a chance to win some money. Right now he's on track to win $500. He can move up. Dion Agisti. Ramiro Pequena. Emily Katz. That's the Katz daughter. She's on track. Ethan Dewar. You're on track to win some money. Chris Manifold, who's hired by Megan Wood. Angela Walker, and Michelle Cohen. Way to go, Michelle. She's another one of my neighbors over here. Way to go, girl. On track to win $300. So the Foresters, focusing on Foresters is paying off for some people. Let's check out and see who's won a new trip to Chiang Mai. So first of all, Jonathan and Megan Yakey have now won both trips to Phuket and Chiang Mai. Junior Korea is right there on the edge. So let's scroll down and see who else is brand new winners. Brian Rojas and Crystalline, way to go, won. Billy Crane is now in, and Tim and Nikki Long are now going with all the rest of us to Chiang Mai, to Phuket, Thailand. All right, what's next? I think the Rolex. We'll do the Rolex. Rolex winners. We have. They're not winning yet because this is all year long. I almost want to scroll right down to the bottom and see who's close, because this is where the fight is. Minerva Profil is right at number 13, 3 Rolex at the end of the year. Joe Dukes is just out of the winning. Megan Wood is dominating. She is 56,000 ahead of Mark Hutchinson. Paul Menachino has lost ground. He was going to beat her. Now he's lost ground to Hutchinson. Menachino, hello. There goes Hutchinson. Katrina Gustin's coming on strong. Kyle and Janina Wilson coming on strong. And she's back out, healthy, in great shape now, killing it. She says she's going for number 1. Jane Hill has moved up. Jane and James, Jonathan, Megan Yakey are right there in the middle of the pack. Junior Korea, Marcus Richardson, a Rolex. Robert Wilson wants to get him another Rolex. Mr. Swindell is losing ground, but he's still on number 11, wants to get another Rolex. Adam Johnson. And then look at this, Mike and Michelle Allman. Y'all are close. Mike and Michelle Allman, you're close. Evan Patzer, I know you're on here, buddy. You're close to winning a Rolex in addition to going to agency manager. Jeremy Patton. So it's going to be some heated competition. Brandon and Ashley Beal, when they get that IUL issued, they're going, let's see, that would take them to 266. Oh, my goodness. Up in the top. That's going to knock somebody out. All right, guys. All right, let's get on to the training stuff. Tia, if you'll, matter of fact, let's, leave it on my guys here because I want to introduce them, and then we'll get into some of this training. Who we have on here? Let's do, how long, Brandon, will you unmute? How long have you been with the Alliance?
Since January 2019.
January 2019. And congratulations, the first month that you are qualified as agency manager. You got
yes, sir.
good stuff coming on. Would you kind of give them a highlight where you live and how you got involved with us?
Yeah, I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. I got hooked up with the Alliance through Haley Albright, who is now Haley Manley. Married her in June of last year. So I started with the Alliance and kind of got rolling. Started out doing
Did you get your license before you got married or after you got married to her?
Before.
Okay.
Yeah, before. I was doing it very, very part-time while I was still working my corporate job, as you'd say. My training, as you would say, I guess.
Yeah.
So, everything's been going.
Tell them what. I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt again. Tell them what your job was.
I was in the technical space, recruiting people. Moved into a management role over there. Was managing a group of recruiters and training them.
Nice.
So, and then parted with them in January last year, and jumped on doing another project with Andy for I guess until about October. And then that wasn't quite working out. So Andy said, you know what, I know how to do one thing or three things: sell, recruit, build. I can help you with that. Let's start building you a team. Let's get you out there selling, and have you recruiting. So that's what I've been doing ever since. Really starting to get some momentum going here. Got some exciting things in the works. So I'm really excited about this. Really encouraged by my team. So just going to keep going.
Got some good people coming on. Marvin Osuna, baby. Is that Rachel easing in right there too?
How you doing,
Andy? Rachel, how are y'all doing?
Doing good.
Kind of give you guys a highlight, man. I'm so happy for y'all. I know the Carries are jumping up and down, excited. They were sending me pictures. And
Thank you so much, man. It's been an opportunity, and you guys gave us the vision and the dream, and this is a dream come true for us. So thank you so much. It is just, man, we just so excited.
You got Otsoy coming on now?
Man, Otsoy issue paid over $32,000 this month, and we're helping him structure his team so that he can also hit agency manager right behind us, because he's putting in a lot of work and spending extra hours, working with the team and everything. So we're very grateful, to have him on board.
I think maybe we should let Rachel talk about her boy, how proud she is of him out there busting butt.
Yeah. So hi, everybody. Isaiah Osuna, he's my oldest son. He is almost 20, turning 20 in December. And so he's had his license for maybe about a year. And so he came back strong, and he paid over 11,000. And so very proud of him. And his team he has I think it's 2-3 legs, and they're producing. He has 2 brand new guys, brand new recruits, and they just got their license last week. And one of them, you're gonna be hearing his name. It's Johnny Boba. He got on Wednesday. He got his license. He already submitted 4 applications in the weekend, and so very proud of that team.
How is he? How is Boa?
He
19.
is. Boa? Yeah.
Boa's 19.
Yeah.
Here's what Tia's on here, our marketing manager. I want, and everybody's listening, I want to do a Zoom, and I want to get about at least 3, maybe a dozen people that are 21 or younger, and interview them and just talk about what they're doing, what their goals are, what their plans are. We could even do a video of this, but let's do a Zoom call with them youngins and Chris Hill, because this is the future. That's exciting.
That's right. They're setting the bar really high. It took Johnny 5 days, Andy, from the time he got his class going, 5 days to take the test and pass the test, and he got his license within 2 weeks. So he did that. The guy who hired him, Alexander, who was hired by Isaiah, also in 7 days, he got his license. So, these guys are just taking off, and we're just so proud of them.
Good stuff, man. Hey, now August, we need to pour it on. We need 2 in a row. We need qualified agency managers. This is more trips, more bonuses, more recognition, more teaching, more responsibility. Proud of you guys.
That's right. Thank you so much, Andy. We appreciate it. We thank the cares.
Jeremico Edwards, what I'm talking about, brother?
It's about time, man. About time.
Detroit.
Yes, sir.
Detroit representing. Tell these guys what you've been up to, where you from, and
Okay. All right. Well, Jeremico Edwards. I'm here in Detroit, Michigan. Single father here, just taking care of my business. I've been working for a long time, just trying to get this accomplished, and I finally hit it. Andy, good news for the month of August already. Myself and Billy, we already hit our numbers for those first 2 legs, and then Rogers, he's going to hit his numbers next week. And then Cartia, she already wrote 4,000. So she's like, new girl, brand new single mom here in Detroit. She said, Jeremico, I will be a $10,000 leg for you this month. She said, I'm going to write my 10,000 this month. She already wrote 4,000, brand new license, 4,000, already got it issued. And now she's getting ready to write another 11 applications today. And she's on fire. And then I got another girl, Sue. She's killing it too. So, man, we just been working, lighting them up. I believe in my team. I believe in myself. I believe in you, Andy. So that's what's pushing us to the next level is our high belief.
Well, I'm excited for you, man. I am excited for you.
Andy, I told my team, I said, hitting AM is okay. We're going to hit it, like qualifying. But I told my team, I said, when we hit regional manager, that's when we shake the alliance. Like, we going to rock the house when we hit regional manager. Because AM is like, people like, whatever, you should have been there. Whatever. But regional manager, go blow it up.
Hey, I love how these people are coming on in 1 week licensed, 2 weeks they got their ready to sell, and then got production in the gate so fast. It's got to be because you guys are just pouring on resources and leads, which is a big lesson for everybody how important that is. Evan Patzer, here you are, buddy. You're right up in there. Rolex. You win $1,000 for the power bonuses. You're all up in there, man. This is a big turnaround from November of last year, man. Boom, look at you now, brother.
Yeah, man. You can hear me good here?
Loud and clear. Are you out?
I'm fired out, man. I'm out selling, man. I got my mask. I got my cold ease, I don't want nobody to know I got a sinus infection. No worries. I don't got the COVID. Everybody calm down. But I'm out here doing what I got to do to help people out, and I'm just so grateful to be on this call and finally get to where I'm at. Like Jeremico was saying, man, I mean, we've already got it locked in for this month. The numbers are in. Kyle Fawcett and his brother, the Fawcett brothers, you've talked to them. They're coming in strong. Sam Howard's making some differences. He's serious about things. Jason Aversa's coming in strong with his legs. So we're excited, man. But just that talk that we had back in November of last year, like you said, you had just got back from Thailand, and you had some serious questions for me. And I remember sitting there saying, like, well, Hutch and Brant Swindell, they've just been doing it this long. And you're like, cut that crap, man. Do you want to? And are you willing to do it? And do you believe in yourself enough to do it? And I'm like, yeah, I want to, and I'm going to do it. And I believe it. So I'm going to do it. And things have changed. So I'm excited, man. I'm going to win a Rolex. We're going to definitely hit the extension probably within a month and a half or so, if not sooner. So, yeah.
Well, I'm going to talk about 4 things that really, I'm going to be talking right at you guys. To you personally, but then you need to turn around and use this on people because it's the whole deal. If you hadn't read Think and Grow Rich, I think all of you guys have, but if anybody hasn't read Think and Grow Rich, it's just a magical book that talks about the desire and the want to, and come back. There was something else I was going to say, Evan, but that book is just crazy tied into what we're talking about right here. I met this lady about, 2 months ago, passed her name on to Clay, in my office. He tried to get her in the business. I saw her again yesterday, and I passed her on to Stephanie Rodriguez. But she was like, what was those 2 books? And I was like, Think and Grow Rich, baby, and the Bible. But I've got 4 things that I want you guys to turn around and talk to your people. Think and Grow Rich. I'd be getting them to read that book if they've never read it, especially that. Well, all the chapters. This is a great book. And qualified agency manager Mike and Kate Morisi. Man, your auntie Diane Lampy has been having a fit. Congratulations, man. I'm glad you hit it. I see your production numbers are solid, going up.
Thanks, buddy. Fired up to be here, man. Fired up. Kate would have loved to be on here as well. She's got some work at home right now, so she's doing her thing. But yeah, we're so excited, man. Just thank you so much for inviting me on the call. Love being here and love chatting with you.
Well, tell everybody how, like, Diane Lampy, she just kind of like thought about you, or did you hint that you were looking for something? Because you're doing pretty good in sales. I think pharmaceutical sales, maybe.
Yeah, I was in the pharma industry for about 5 years, and it was crazy how it all came about. And I know Diane has these visions where she thinks of someone, gives them a call, and it completely changes their life. And it's funny because you just see it over and over happening. And that's kind of what happened for me. I was doing pharmaceutical sales. I was kind of just stuck, I felt like I was on that, hamster wheel in life, just running as fast as I could, but I was staying in that same exact spot. So it was kind of out of the blue, her and I, we always kept in touch, and she was down in Dallas. I'm up in Chicago. And she just gave me a shout, and we'd always connect once in a while. She'd give me books to read, or we'd talk business a little bit, just catch up family stuff. And that's when she was just like, hey, what's going on? And I remember, I'll never forget it. I was driving to the gym. It was an early morning. And, I told her, I was like, hey, yeah, I'm kind of just over the place I'm at right now. I'm just not very motivated and just trying to figure out something else. And I was going on interviews, Andy, at other places, and I kept on getting turned down. Like, this door was just getting slammed in my face every position I was going for. And she goes, your aunt does really well, right? I'm just like, yeah, I've seen your house, I've seen your cars. I never really asked her about it, but she's like, I make really good money, and I can show you my taxes from last year. And it was pretty funny though. So we ended up chatting a little bit more. She was running an event that weekend that she does every year, Mission Takeover, with her whole organization, and it's always amazing training. And she flew me down there. She said, hey, come check out, meet the team. I met Jake and Bell Krause, Penny, Stan, Jack Ungaro, all these guys. And I was just like, I couldn't believe the communication or the relationship that everyone had with each other. I was used to that corporate setting. It's like, you get these numbers that you have to hit, and then you're just like, they're getting after you and they're on you, and it's like, you don't hit those things that they expect you to. They're not happy with you at all. And it was just, I was getting really tired of that corporate environment of getting promised things and then not having them go through. So when I was told about this, where, hey, here's this levels chart, you hit this number, you're going to get moved up. You bring on a team, this is what your commission percentage is going to be. This is the amount of money that you can make. But that support system from everyone was just like amazing. Just being able to reach out to Stan for, product questions, or, Diane helping me out of the recruiting side and show me, hey, this is how you handle these situations. It's like, I've fell in love with it, and my wife, Kate, both of us just completely fell in love with the culture and the support system we have with the Alliance. So it's been an amazing ride, and we're going nowhere but up from here.
Well, congratulations, man. You're finding some really good people. You're getting in the groove of selling. And I hope what I'm going to share with you today helps you. Tia, can you pull up the agency manager requirements? I want to show these people what's required to be an agency manager and what they are. Do you have it? There we go. There we go. Thank you. All right. Well, this is the training, which is good stuff. But yeah, I bet she pulls it up next.
Give me just a second. I don't know where I put it now.
Okay. I know you were there. I'm messing you up. Hey, Patzer and Brandon, have y'all, if I had, how old are you, Patzer, first of all?
27 going on 28.
Okay, let me explain something to you. I wish I was 27 because I would like to keep my friends from being stupid broke like they are right now, but I can't do anything about it. They're my age. They're stuck in their ways. They're a mess, bro. I feel bad about it. So here's what I was thinking about doing for you two is let's get on a Zoom call. Brandon's 28, and let's text dial for a little bit, and let's see if we can. At least we won't look back and say we didn't try. At least we will try and see if we can save some of your friends. What do you think?
Heck yeah, man. I'm all about it.
You in for that?
I'm in, baby. Let's go.
I'm gonna kind of live what do you call it? I'm gonna live my life through you guys. And live my life through you guys and call your people. Okay?
All right.
That makes sense.
Yes, sir.
We'll see if we can get some of these. So let me show everybody what's required agency manager. 85% managers where the glow bonus kicks in, which is critical. You're required to have a total of $50,000 in your hierarchy, all added up to $50,000. One organization doing $25,000, an organization doing $15,000, one doing $7,500, and then $1 outside of that, and that gets you promoted to agency manager. So, as you can see, district manager is next. Jeremico's talking junk about it. All he needs is two legs or two organizations doing $25,000 each, organization doing $15,000, and one doing $7,500, and gets him recognized as district manager. And of course, there's ways with our super PAC, there's other ways that people can get promoted to higher commissions faster, and you can get all the way up to an agency manager level, the commission higher through personal production, but you don't get the title, you don't get the recognition, you don't get the agency manager trip unless you do the production. So you can bounce up faster through super PAC to a higher commission. But I want to show you what these guys did to get recognized agency manager. Okay, Tia, thank you for doing that. Let's go ahead and move up the slides, and I'm going to talk to you guys, and everybody in the country can listen to me talking to you guys about what is required to get a person running 40-plus appointments. Okay, slide 2. These are the 4 things we're going to talk about. The belief, which is what I'm going to focus on today, but it's belief, expectations, training, feedback, and recognition. Okay? So belief is the focus. Let's go ahead and go to number 3. And I'm going to get you guys to comment about this. So the first thing about belief is, here's a quote about it. Men in general are quick to believe which they wish to be true. You hear what I said? Do you want it to be true? Believe it. It is that simple. Patzer, when you heard this plan and when I showed the plan to you, and I know I wasn't the first person, but I remember showing it to you the first time I did, you believed it. Mike, your aunt told you how much money and you wanted to believe it. It's easier to believe something if you want to believe it, like you wish that Santa Claus was true. Believe it. Okay, so belief. There are 4 morals of this comment. Belief requires faith. It's like you want something different, well, you got to have faith. Belief requires desire. That means you prefer this over the other. My belief system is I want this life. I don't ever want to go back. Belief requires conviction. That's when you make it a habit. And belief requires will. That is you when you know what it's going to do, so you just fight through it no matter what. So the willpower is when you fight through something because you know it's worth it. That's Flo Rida. I don't even know if I'm saying that right with this quote. Sometimes I got a good feeling. Yeah, I got a good feeling that I never had before. It's called accomplishment. I get this guy, his accomplishment, Evan, is shooting a deer. I like shooting a deer like good as the next guy. But every deer, it's like his whole world is about shooting a deer. I got another one, his accomplishment is video games. Another one, he's swimming. Another one's surfing. I got a boater guy. I wanted my sense of accomplishment to come to something that made a difference to my family, not something that made a difference to me. And I mean, some single women, they get if their kids play soccer, that's an accomplishment. I'm like, you know, your kids playing soccer, it's not a big deal. But he loves it. He got a trophy. I'm like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my whole life is for them. I love my kids. I got a son-in-law on the video here with you, Brandon. He knows how much I love Haley and Spencer. I mean, but that's not my accomplishment. You with me? So personal stuff can be used as accomplishment. You got a guy, he just won't quit boating and showing you his fish and posting on Facebook. His accomplishment has nothing to do with his children. His accomplishment is for himself. Does that make sense? My accomplishment was something that helps other people and it's legacy for my kids. And that keeps me doing it. So we're gonna keep hammering on these 4 things. Go to the next slide for me, Tia. Next slide down for me. But there we go. All right, 4 steps to combat the lack of belief. Okay, first of all, belief is your heart. And what screws people up when they go, it ain't possible. Or worse, it might not work. It might not be possible. That's why we put Brandon and Evan and Jeremico and Brandon Deal and Mike Mauricio on here. Like, come on, guys. Believe it. It's real. See it. You got to picture yourself doing 40 appointments. You got to just visualize it in your mind's eye. The first one is in your heart of hearts, and the second one is in your mind's eye. The part where it says they believe they don't deserve it, you deserve it. That's why I tell a person, you're created in the image of God. You're over 4 foot tall. You know, you can read, you can write, you can drive a car. You deserve it. He did it. You deserve it. That's why I'm hammering on that. All these things I do, when I'm picking on you and I'm going like, he did it, she did it, you deserve it. I'm trying to sell you on picturing it. That if you picture him on stage, that's why people come to our events. Sometimes they go like, I saw him on stage. I knew I could do it. Say it. That's why I do that. Walk it and talk it, like the wrestling, the fighters, the wrestlers. Some people call it a show. I call it athletes. Speak it in front of your peers and people that can help you. Don't tell your mama. Don't tell your broke friends. Talk about people here that's killing it. That's called commit. That starts to get you committed right there. People think they shouldn't do it. They think that, well, I don't want to talk junk. I don't want to brag. No, bro. Heart, head, mouth. You see how this is working? We're trying to get you 100% committed. Heart and head and mouth. That's where you get people say, tell me you're going to do it. Tell me you're going to go Regency manager, Evan. Tell me you're going to be #1 in the country. Tell me you're going to win a Rolex. I need y'all talking to junk and talking to people about talking to junk. Heart, head, mouth. The last thing is do it. Okay. How about this one? People think their way is better. I would just challenge y'all to tell me a worse combination than an arrogant boy who's broke as crap. An arrogant woman who can't pay her bills, or they have to tell his wife, well, we've got a budget. Why do you have a budget? Because you're so arrogant. They think their ways. But this is why. Let's go back real quick. Believe it. Do you think that 40 appointments works? Do you think you can do it? I believe it can. Can you picture yourself doing it? Well, let's help you picture it. Monday, you book 20, 10 for Tuesday, 10 for Wednesday. Thursday, you book 20, 10 for Friday, 10 for Saturday. Can you see that? Can you picture that? This is why you get them to picture it. Then say, tell me you can do it. Tell me how you're going to do it. And then you go, all right, are you okay with it? Are you understand it's needed? You're not rich. You need the money. Because if they're arrogant, if they're arrogant about it, that'll screw them up. This is why people do it. This is how people do it. This is the mind game of getting people there, the belief part, the head game. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, the 4 connecting pieces of belief. All right, so belief works like this: faith, desire, conviction, and will. It's a circle, okay? Faith is believing something you can't see. They call it trust. Brandon's my son-in-law. He trusts me. Evan Patzer meets Soto, likes him, trusts him. Frederick, he knew, and Frederick connected him with Soto. So the trust was there. If you are in a place that you don't want to be, you have a desire, a strong feeling that gets you away from wishing to something you want, from wishing to want, from wishing to want. Jeff calls it preferred. I prefer where I live. I prefer to live on a beach. I prefer to drive a Maybach. I prefer. You go, what is it, a desire? Yeah, pretty much. I desire. I prefer. I don't want to go with the other. I don't like the other. I'll take this. Conviction, reliance on depending on something you can see now. Okay, here's the way it is. Conviction is when you say, I'm going to do it. I don't give a God bless who it pisses off. I don't hear who gets mad. I don't hear who tries to make an excuse, tries to pull me down. I don't care. I am 100% convicted. And then will is when something bad happens and you do it anyway. That's when you expect it to happen. You've already pictured it. I told you I'm going to be there. I told you I was going to run appointments. I got sick. I don't care. I'm going to put a mask on. I'm wash my hands. I don't care. This is when you're convicted. The next slide, I think, does a circle, and that's where I want to involve you guys. Okay? All right. Picture this. You believe it. That's the heart. You see it. That's your mind. You say it. You talk your junk, and then you do it, and when you do it, you start all over again. You go, that worked. You have to renew it. The people that get started and quit, they don't renew. They don't start over. Or they do it and they don't talk about it. You see, when you go, you got to get person, and the sooner you can get person through this cycle, what's happening with a lot of people is the reason we're having so much fast success is those Sonas and several other of you they're getting people through this system extremely fast. Okay, so belief up at the top is trust. Brandon trusted me. Mike, you trusted Diane. You with me? Jeremico, there's somebody I want you to talk about. Who did you trust when you got started? Evan, who did you trust? And then could you picture yourself being on this Zoom and not being on a fork truck, Jeremico? You had a preference, didn't you? He called it a high-low, because sometimes the forks were high, sometimes the forks was low. That's crazy, Jeremy. That's a fork truck. He's like, no, it's a high-low. But he could see himself. And then talking junk. Jeremico's one of the best junk talkers we got. Patzer is getting to be one of the best junk talkers we got. Mark Maurici's working on that one. Diane's working on him. Say this, say that. I'm working on it with Brandon. And then do it. Y'all are doing it, and then do it again, and do it again, and then start the whole system back over. So, matter of fact, Jeremy, could come on here and talk about your faith and your belief and trust in the beginning. Who was the link for that?
Oh man, so it was Stephen. Well, first it was you. My first meeting I came to, I saw you, and you were the first person ever in my life that was talking about traveling and just eating good. Like I remember when you mentioned the steak restaurant. My first meeting I went to, you mentioned Ruth's Chris. I had never been to a restaurant that cost more than $30 a plate. And here you are talking about an expensive steakhouse down the street. And you kept saying, hey, you want to go Ruth's Chris? You want to go Ruth? You just kept tapping. You kept tapping everybody in the room saying, hey, you want to go eat? You want to go eat at a steakhouse? And I was like, what is Ruth's Chris? So I Googled Ruth's Chris because you kept saying it. And I was like, man, I was looking at how expensive everything was. I said, you know what? This guy's a real deal. I said, I'm in. And this was, I think I met Stephen Davies a little bit before that, but then when I went to a conference that Stephen Davies put on, I really knew that this was my home because I got to see Stephen at Holly's Heart, and Stephen was just a good leader, and he he was just a man that knew what he wanted. So you got him in connection with you. It was just a good combination. I said, you know what? I'm looking at the factory. So I was like, okay, my manager is a drunk at the factory, and his life is just all messed up. And then I'm looking at these guys. I'm looking at you and Steven. I'm like, okay, they got it together. So I got a decision to make. But it wasn't really a big decision. I'm like, I'm going with the alliance. So I just hooked wagons with y'all, and man, it's been uphill from there, brother.
So Jeremy, this is what I'm trying to teach you. Okay, is when you're showing a plan. By the way, how old are you, Jeremy?
37.
Okay, so I got started when I was 37. When's the last time you called everybody you know on your phone, or texted every single person you know?
I haven't did it,
bro. What a gold mine. Maybe we'll get you on there with me and Patser and Brandon. You with me? But what I'm telling you is the first thing you want to do is establish belief that it's happened. Okay, that's why. If I get a fork truck driver or a factory driver, I want them to talk to you, or factory worker, because they believe that they can do it. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
And then Brandon, the same thing. He's an NC State guy. And then Patser, he's traveled all around the country. I went through all kinds of crazy stuff that's happened in his life. I want a person to believe it. But here's the point. Okay, here's why. The trust is already there with people that know of you, know where you live, know your mama, know your daddy. So we skip that point. But then we got to get them to see themselves going to Ruth Chris. Does that make sense? So first, that heart is, so that's why if you can get a person a quarter of the way for free, you don't have to do the trust. Why? That's why it's so hard to hire off of
ZipRecruiter.
But if I meet a Uber driver and he drives up to my house, like that gumbo, he lives there. Or if I meet somebody out on my beach and they, we're talking about the house, because that's the first thing they ask me, is that your house? Usually what they ask me, is that a hotel? And I go, no. They go, is it 2 houses? No. It's 1 house. I go, it's yours? Yeah. So the belief is through the roof immediately that it works. So the other thing, Marvin and Rachel, I would say that for Isaiah. You with me? All those people he knows, and dude, you can, if they all say no this year, I'd make them all say no next year and next year and next year. Same thing with Emily Katz and several other of these youngins. You can hit those people for 6 years and still not be Brandon's age. You with me? Still not be Jeremico's age. But I didn't. Yeah, I just feel bad about my friends that are broke today, and I go, God, it was terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's an okay life in America. Everybody lives in America, good America. But geez, what they could have is so high up. All right. So seeing it. Let's go to Mike Morisi. What did you picture? What did you see yourself doing differently in the future when Diane was talking to you? Because I'm guessing the belief was through the roof from the beginning, but how did you picture yourself?
Well, honestly, it was the conversations that I had with her in the beginning of how much money I could make. And, when she was going over some of my goals with me, and I wasn't thinking big enough. And, after talking with her and, meeting people like you, Andy, like Tim Goad, where, your mind is just getting stretched more and more. And you have these trips in front of us now, and the amount of money that you can make during this business, but the amount of people that you can help, not only, on the insurance side, protecting families, but, helping other people with their income and helping their family out, helping others get what they want. So I think what it was for me in visualizing, it was just seeing something that I can put in place for a legacy going this direction with NAA, and being able to set up my future family, my kids, my grandkids, where I'm going to have that name, that legacy remembered, and them being able to be taken care of down the road. I saw that with this business.
So think about this. If you can see you're living like that, can you see 40 appointments a week? Are y'all on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday rotation?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah,
how
we do the Monday. So we're doing Monday dial-a-thons and Thursday dial-a-thons. We started at 9 a.m. Central, goes to 9 p.m. And then we're setting 20 appointments Monday for Tuesday, Wednesday, 20 appointments Thursday for Friday, Saturday. Boom.
I heard so many people go like, wait, what? That's all you got to do? 20 on Monday and 20 on Thursday? So they pictured it and they saw it. So you see the dream, you see the lifestyle, then you see how to do the appointments. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And she was helping you picture it. So in the beginning, who we're going to talk to, Brandon, Evan, we're going to talk to them. Can they see the work ethic? Can they see themselves working? I was just looking at a friend of mine who just made a lot of money, and he said, I don't know what y'all are doing, but I'm willing to work. I was like, what if we could pick up somebody like that, Evan, that says, I don't know what y'all doing, but we're willing to work. So, Evan, let's go over to Howard and Fawcett. Is there two Fawcett boys?
There's two Fawcett boys, yeah.
Okay, I want you to talk to me and talk to them about how to talk it, how to get them out, come out of their mouth. Talk about that, how powerful that is. Like you're selling me on talking it.
So I'm acting as if you were them?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're Kyle, right?
Yeah, I'll be Kyle.
So really, I love this circle, Andy, because it really is something that I've been implementing as of the last 3 to 4 months without even realizing that I was implementing this. Getting people to believe what they want and actually visualize the simplicity of making it accomplishable. Because you just tell somebody to do 40 appointments a week and their head goes in 17 different directions. But when you simplify it, you're like, Bo, it's like, listen, you just make 50 dials. I just listen to you dial. You got 50 dials in an hour and you booked 4 appointments. If you do that on an average basis, that's only going to take you 5 more hours of work to get your 20 appointments. And then you are done with your 20 appointments. You go hammer them for the next 2 days, isolate your time, maximize your time within each day. You say, hey, listen, you're working from this time to this time on Tuesday and Wednesday. So you're filling in those gaps, and you don't want to have a bunch of gaps left in while you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs, not having anything to do. So that's why you want to overbook some of those, right? Does that make sense? You remember last week when you went to that appointment and you had 3 hours for your next appointment and you came calling me and you was like, I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, I ain't got another appointment till 4 o'clock. What should I do? Well, I don't want you calling me like that anymore. You should have another appointment lined up. You should have a task ready to do. So that's the way I'm talking to them. And then I use them and I go over to Howard. I say, Howard, man, you're getting your crap kicked out of you, bro. I said, this Kyle Fawcett guy is just whooping you, man. I said, listen, I believe in you. I think you could kick his butt if you really want to. And I believe it. But the question is do you believe it? Do you believe you can kick his butt? Because as far as I can see, he doesn't have anything on you. He's just working. He's just out working you. And so that's what we're talking about. And then we're bringing Evan in, and we're saying, listen, Evan, I like you better because you have the same name as me. I mean, your brother's been talking some junk on you. He thinks that you're not going to be quite as good as him. You're going to be pretty good, but not quite as good as him. I don't think that that's true, man. I think you're a better listener. I think you might be able to copy a little bit quicker. If you can just get your work ethic up to beat his, I think you might pass him in a shorter period of time. What do you think? And so these are some of the things we're saying, and it's working. And this is all out of respect and love for the team. And even Sam will tell you, it's helped him a lot. It's pushed him a lot. So
I was picking on one of my buddies. He said, I always tell my people I'm proud of them. I said, so if they book 16 appointments, you're proud of them? He's like, yeah. I said, well, what does that mean? You're proud because you can't believe they actually work? So I would say, like, I don't know. I'm not proud because I'm thinking, geez, I love you and you're super talented. I want to see you win. I want to see you running 40 appointments. Matter of fact, you're one of my more favorite people. I would like to see you doing 50. So I love you. I care about you. But I'm not going to say I'm proud when they're not meeting minimum standards. Because it's almost like an insult if it's like, I'm shocked that you did 12 appointments. I never thought you was smart at all. I thought you was like a dum-dum. You see, like what I'm saying? It's like having a higher expectation because you know they're as good as Jeremica. You know they're as good as Marvin. You know they're as good as Megan Wood. So my expectation does put some stress on people, but if you don't expect it, people are not going to do it. If you're shocked that they showed up, like, Jeremica, you got a shirt on today. Wow, proud. I'm so proud. Like, whoa. Like, you're looking sharp today, Jeremica. You're looking sharp, baby. You see the difference? Like I'm proud meaning, or I'm amazed. That's not good. It's make sure we do the words like, you're looking good, man. Way to go. Woohoo. Does that make sense? Hey, I want to talk about speaking it. And I want to go, I don't know if all of you on this, I know it's got to be people on here listening that don't know it. And I don't even know if all you agency know it. But Marvin Osuna actually wanted to be Ric Flair or Wahoo McDaniels or Stone Cold. That was one time, that was his dream. And he learned how to talk it. And he wore a mask. What was it? Marvin, what did they call, what was your name? What was your ring name?
The Prophet.
The Prophet.
Got the mask right here.
Give us a little prophet talk about running 40 appointments and knocking out 50,000 each you paid and smoking these guys. Can you give me a little prophet? Can you take a minute to get in the mode of this thing right here?
40 appointments. That's only 40 hours a week. There's 168 hours in a week, and you run 3 appointments. What does that tell me about you? 165 hours sleeping, watching TV, on your phone. Watch when poverty comes kicking down your door and grabs you by the neck. At that point, you will meet the prophet.
Now, if it wasn't in his house and he could tear up a table or something or slam something through the window, he would do it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Rachel's been working really hard in the office, and so I don't want to mess up what she's doing.
Isn't that crazy how that's so different from his personality? But that's who he is. I mean, that's who he can turn into. It's who all of us can turn into. And that's really, you think of, so the head, I mean, the heart to the head to the mouth. So talking or speaking it or asking them, saying, Marvin, do you think you can put together a run of 40 appointments a week for 6-week run? You think you can do that, Marvin?
Definitely.
Definitely you can do it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, tell me you can do it.
I can run 40 appointments a week, plus I can run 50 appointments a week.
See, so it don't matter if he says it. Oh, the hell, yes, it does. It matters to get a guy saying it. Do you think you can do this? Do you think you can make 100,000? Do you think you can work 40 hours a week with us? Do you think you can work 50 hours a week? Do you think you can? I say, yeah, I think I can. Well, you think you can what? Say it. I want to hear you say it. Y'all done this with, well, some of y'all ain't got kids. Y'all done this with your youngins. They go, I think I can clean my room up. So, well, tell me you can clean your room up. I hear it. I want to hear you say it. I want to hear you say it. I bet you all of you have heard that from your daddy. I want to hear you say it. Yes, sir. I got it. I'm going to do it, sir. Yes, sir. Or they go, you'll be home at 11 o'clock. I'll be home at 11 o'clock. Yes, sir. I promise. That's how it works, right? Let me hear you say it. And then doing it. doing it over and over again and becoming convicted. Jeff Bright. So Jeff Bright, when he was talking to you about that, he said, quote this guy. He called him Theos or Thanos, some kind of Avenger show. And the guy said, the hardest choices require the strongest wills. So this is when it gets tough. Is when you want to run your 40 appointments or book it, somebody wants you to go out and party. So there's your choices. Somebody wants you to go to the beach. Somebody wants you to have fun, and you know you have a responsibility. You have a tough choice. That's when you get into the habit. That's when you get into the, I've already believed it. I've already seen it. I've already said it. Now you've got that willpower that's got to kick in. That's when or if you do it the first week, or how about this? If you diet or you're on a medication, you're at home and the pattern is easy, but then you travel and now your eating pattern goes to hell in a handbasket. Or you're running your 40 appointments and then the kids come to stay with you, or your girlfriend wants to come see you, or your wife is wants you doing a project. Now you got that. So if you've already felt it in your heart and you've already seen it and you're starting to speak it, that's what helps you get through. But then you got to keep it going. So what I'm doing with you guys are all doing it. I'm speaking it to you. I'm getting you to speak it, helping you to believe it. So let's go to Brandon. So Brandon married my daughter Haley, and he laughs sometimes because he said he thinks he's not as crazy as me, and sometimes he thinks he's not as crazy as even Haley is. But can you talk about just a little bit about what you see that we do, Brandon? Because I told you it might be her personality because she grew up with me, but this is not who I am. This is who I have become because, Evan, it's who I needed to be to get what I wanted. Because if I was this person, I couldn't get what I wanted. And I was like, all right, I'll just come over and be that person. What difference does it make? People say, well, I want to be myself. Well, I'm still the redneck me. I'm still the guy that likes bone-in ribeyes. I'm still the guy that likes a cold beer. There ain't nothing different about me but the way I act it. You say, well, it's really you because you do it all the time. It's what I act. Brandon, can you talk just a little bit about that and how, the stuff you see and the stuff you've tried to adjust and say and believe in?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it was it was quite interesting, especially with you. Haley's a different story, but along the same lines here. But it was weird meeting you for the first time, in the first year for that matter, and you come off as a redneck, as you'd call it, and then you get to your house and you're like, wait a minute, he sounds crazy, but then he's got all this stuff. But you're very humble, like you're very down to earth. You fish, you hunt, you drink beer, grill out a lot. And I think the thing that you said that made the most sense to me and that I'm trying to implement is your talk with me about your avatar and how you don't let, and it goes back to your book, Inside the Circle, right? Like you don't let outside things affect the avatar. When you need to be there and turned on, it's a switch. And it's an art and it's something that you got to practice, right? So going in the home, it's like, you got to act a little bit crazy. You got to match their personality. And so I think that what he meant by that when he says his avatar is those negative things. There may be stuff going on in Andy's life and everybody's life for that matter, that's affecting them from a mindset perspective. But the thing that I think Andy's perfected and that a lot of us are trying to perfect is not allowing that to come into our business life. So he jumps on these TWCs. He could have 10,000 things going wrong in his life, but in this TWC, he's focused, he's in. And that's how I think that's how we got to be, and we got to teach our team to be. It's like there's always stuff going on. Nothing's perfect. It's just something that we got to stay adapted to, or adapt to on the fly. So that's what resonated the most with me from a personality standpoint. Your willingness to flip that switch.
So I live on an island now. And I walk around this island we got up this morning. Me and Jane walked this morning early, and if she's not with me, I put in my earbuds, and I turn on my Audible or whatever training I'm using, and I am reminding myself of what this avatar has to be like. Mike, is this making sense? I just remind myself, and I'll repeat stuff back. Like there's a thing I want to do. I want to do with Patzer. Okay, Patzer, are you there? Can you turn your audio on?
Yeah, I'm here. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I see you got your earbuds in too. So, all right. So if so the deal is on working on a person's belief. Like if I got you, if I got Ashland to turn your leads up just a notch, let's say another $300 a week, okay? And you could actually work the same amount of hours, but make $3,000 more dollars. Would you be fired up?
Without a shadow of a doubt, 100%. Yeah, no brainer.
Okay. So if this had already happened, and then I said, dude, I'm telling you, you got space in there, another 100 gets you another $1,000. You wouldn't even think about it, would you?
Done.
Okay. So in fact, what we just said is, if you believe me, you would do it. That's what you're saying. Because if you believe me. So let me work with you. My name is Andy Albright, and I've been in insurance for about 20 years. And I wrote a whole book about helping people. It's called The Circle of You, and another one called The Millionaire Maker Book. And there's a guy named Fitz that's been with me since he was 20 years old. Actually, since he was 18. And he's a multi-millionaire. Another one's Stephen Davies. You've met Stephen, right?
Yeah, I've met Stephen.
Lifestyle. But can you see what I'm putting together?
Yep.
First, I got you to understand, or I attempted to say that the problem is lack of faith. When I said the only reason you wouldn't do it is because you're not sure. But if it had happened in the past, then you would be sure and you would trust the product. So what I'm trying to do, this is something I was learning yesterday, I was listening to a lot, is if I can get a person to believe in the product and then believe in me, I'm 75% there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So then when I picture it, I go, can you picture getting to pick that best Rolex of all of them, the one that Holly procured, the one that the value of that one is worth the other 12 added together, and giving that to that fiance? Can you picture that?
I can picture that.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, so what I'm trying to put together is the product. The product is, in this case, is increasing lead flow. So
you've already helped me to create a conviction of the reality that I'm able to print money. So if I just want to turn up the notch a little bit from 350 to 400, I know that I can do that, and I'm not resistant at all at putting in more money into the pipeline, into the system, to get a return of number one Rolex.
Is that a powerful technique?
It's very powerful.
So listen to it, Brandon. If here's what I'm trying to tell you. Get a life insurance license. So you're talking to a guy who's saying, get a life insurance license. And he says, I don't know. Say, let me ask you this. If you had got a license and you were already making $100,000, would you be happy? If you were already making $100,000, yeah. So the whole thing is you just wonder if it'll happen. So what I'd like to do is introduce you to Evan Patzer. I'd like to introduce you to Alex Fitzgerald, Stephen Davies. So what we're starting to do is we're starting to build a if there was a jury and you were on the jury and we start introducing all these people, you have to vote guilty. Guilty of showing people how to make a six figures. But first, you got to get people to realize they just don't believe it.
And that's exactly what you did with me in November of 2019.
How so? Tell me.
Well, you spent enough time by asking me the right questions, and you put in front of me the statements that I had said to you previously when I first started. But somewhere along the line, I had lost the level of belief in myself without even realizing it. So you helped me to uncover the reality that I had lost the belief in my ability to perform at a certain level. And I was restricting my beliefs. I had limited beliefs because I was allowing things to go into my mind about length of time doing a certain professional job. And it had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with my desire to have it and my belief of being able to do it. The bigger thing was the belief at that time. It wasn't necessarily desire, but the belief got fixed very quickly by the questions you asked me and helping me to see the reality. And then I went to work and did it.
Do you remember me getting you this? I mean, it's kind of a prejudice question, but do you remember me getting you to say it? Like, not just hear what I said. I go, then tell me what you said.
Yep, very clearly. I mean, it was a process. I mean, this was a great example of lubricating the communication, making sure I understand.
Osona, do you hear what he said? It's a process that I had to take him through. I think people underestimate, Patzer, the process that you have to take people through. So, Brandon, you take Vinny through this process. Jeremico, you take Roger. You need to take Rogers through this process and say, Rogers, what are we trying to accomplish? You get him to picture it. Hey, how long have you known me? How long have you known me? Y'all known each other 10 years. You trust me. So you got the belief. Do you believe that if you had 40 appointments? Well, let me ask you this. If you did it and then you had a $15,000 issue paid week, would you be glad you did it? Would you be happy with it? But you got to get him to say it and say, do you mind just repeating that back? You say, well, if they know it's coming, it won't work. I would say, the hell you say, it will work. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard, God, what are the four things? If you write down your, you might know it as good as anybody, Brandon. Where you put down your opportunity, you put down your weaknesses, a SWOT. That's what it is. It's a process called SWOT. So if I take you through SWOT, and it's you tell me the greatest opportunities, your greatest weaknesses, you list out your assets, WSAT, so the A is your assets. If I take you through this process, it changes your life. So getting a person, Osuna, getting your son to run 40 appointments every week is a process that you're in charge of. So there's two people you want to help, Jeremico and Mike. The process with yourself, you can actually take yourself through SWOT. You can take yourself through this belief process. But it's learning the techniques to do it. And a lot of it, what you said, Pat, is I've just done naturally. And then what Jeff Bright tries to do is he tries to explain it to me, what I do, so I can explain it to you. So would y'all all agree with this? It's hard for an elephant to poop a bunch if you don't eat a bunch. So if you eat like a bird, you can't poop like an elephant. If you buy leads like a bird, you're going to sell insurance like a bird. You with me? It sounds funny or sarcastic or childish when I say this, but I'm taking people through a process of understanding. You can't bet tiny and win big. You've got to bet big. Like I would say, it will put tremendous stress on all you agency managers if you doubled your lead request. and also guarantee you it'll double your business. You're like, so how far am I going to go down before I come back? Well, that's the question. Then you're going to be here. Listen to this one. I've never heard a person complain when they got a big life insurance policy paid. Never. The inside, I've never heard them complain about. I've heard them complain about the premiums, but not the check. I've heard people complain about increasing their leads, but I've never heard them complain about the results. And your luckiness, your lucky factor for finding $1 million annuity goes through the roof. So what you do, if there's two things I would ask you to do: work smarter and harder, run more appointments, and be better. Some people say, well, if I'm better, I can work less. True that, but you won't have the exponential of going. You won't have both of them, as I say. All right, Rachel, can you talk to me about this? I want to have the female version of this because I know you got all those. I know you got some girls too, but I got all them boys around you. Can you talk to me about getting the kids to talk and visualizing and picturing cleaning their room? Have you done? I'm talking about from a children's standpoint. We're not calling Osuna. We're not calling Marvin Osuna. But you see this play out with kids and in your life?
Yes, and when I tell them, don't clean it like you do, I say, clean it mama style. And so that's what we say here at home. It's like mama style. Like, no, we can't do it like you because you're mom. It's like, then that becomes a battle. Because then it's like, if I can do it, if I've done it with you through the years and I run it and I've been there with you every step, then you would know how to do it, because I'll find it. I'll find the trash. I'll find what you need to take out, and then you're going to work double. So, putting it in a business like us, I was just thinking, we've been here with the Alliance for so many years. We've worked double. It's been so many years to make it to the level we're at. And talking to Tawny yesterday, it's like it's been on us, it's been the lack of confidence. And so, because the steps are there for us to take, but we just haven't, I guess, trusted in ourselves and then trusted in people. And yeah, we kind of like done it on our own in so many ways. And so I feel as a parent, if you're there with the kids, showing them you miss that part, you miss here, you miss that, then then it's like, that's going to be mama style. That's Andy style. There you go.
That is awesome. I might use this. I'm going to be needing you to sell Megan style. Megan style. I want you to run 40 appointments a week, like Mark Hutchinson style, like Evan Patzer style, where you really do it, like where you find annuities and IULs. I want you to do it Bill style. I like that. Mama style. Mama clean. But that gets them to picture it. If you just say, I want this room clean, no. Mama clean. I want you to work current clients Yankee style, where you get every ounce of premium out of it. I love it. Hey, Marvin, just the crowd hadn't heard this before. You think they have, but they hadn't. Talk about being from your country, where you're from, and thinking that you didn't deserve it, and feeling like you just, because your wife Rachel made me think about that. Just remind everybody and what Tawny Carey said to you and how it switched in your head. Because, hey, wouldn't it be cool if somebody says, remember that Zoom call and Marvin and Rachel Osuna, and my life changed? It could happen right here.
Let's do it. Throughout this entire call, and as you have talked about the belief and the action and the conviction, that picture was playing in my mind as you were saying it, because for me, it was the same thing. I came to a point in my life where I thought I was doing okay, but at the same time, I had a lot of doubt in myself. And a lot of it came just from hearing, voices outside, news and stuff like that. And it made me just look at myself in the mirror and maybe say, I'm not the right color. I was born in Guatemala City. I came here when I was 11 years old, so English is my second language. I have dark hair, I have dark eyes, so maybe this is not for me. Like it's okay for me to make enough to pay the bills, but I don't think that just being up there with the rest of the guys, maybe I don't belong there because of all the things I would hear. And you know what? The problem is that those voices were in my head, but it was never external. I never really thought about it when I was talking to someone until I had a heart-to-heart with Tawny. And Tawny said, you know what, Marvin? The problem with you is that you're always looking for a place at the table. You're always like circling the table and just trying to find a place, but you don't realize that you are already sitting at the table, and that's where you belong, because if you're part of the alliance, you're already sitting at the table. Nobody's looking at you, nobody's judging you. All that matters is the activity, and all that matters is what you believe, that you deserve to be at the table, that you deserve to be at the top, that you deserve to be a top producer with the alliance. And from that moment forward, I stopped caring about all the other little things, and I would show up at people's homes and everything. And every time I stepped into someone's home, or every time I picked up the phone, I would tell myself, I deserve to be here. I am worthy. I need to be here to help this family. And so started issue paying over $20,000 a month consistently, just believing it, And it's kind of funny because I was thinking about sitting at the table, and shortly thereafter, you invited me to come to dinner with you. We were in Las Vegas, and we went to dinner. And man, that started a whole new thing for me, because I asked the waiter, I said, let me get the mashed potatoes with the lobster sauce. And he brought me a lobster. And I'm like, oh, I am liking this. And then we're in Connecticut, with one of the carriers, and we're sitting at the table with everybody, top people. And I'm like, hey, got to get some of that lobster, because, Andy and I love that lobster. And so Tawny instilled that belief in me that I had a place at the table. And now I believe it. And I feel like through our testimony, we're impacting people in our team to believe, like Marvin Otsoy, and everybody else that is just coming in and believing that we can do it, that we can be on a TWC, that we can become agency manager, and I just hope that there's somebody out there that starts believing the same way as of today and say, you know what, I deserve it. It doesn't matter where I come from, who my parents were, where I was born. None of that matters. What matters is what I believe today and what I can do today to change my situation.
It just blows my mind how, like, people say things like, or I say things like, I'm just old redneck, or you say I'm the wrong color. And I look at you and I'm like, what color are you? You know what I mean? Like, I don't see that as a problem. I look at Jeremico, somebody else say, I'm my color, like, you look all right to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't see the defect. Or dark eyes, Like, my mama says, you got brown eyes because you're full of dookie. That's what she told me. I don't know what your mama said, Jeremico, but you follow what I'm saying? It's like, how do we self-impose these things that other people don't see? we all are guilty of it. So it's that constant, do you believe that you can own a jet? Do you believe that you can order a lobster on your taters? I am telling y'all, the cold chills on me going like, believe. The first step is, do you believe it? And the hardest for me is when a guy is broke and arrogant that he don't want to believe that he can get it. You got to be, if I could snap your friends, Patzer, the whole list we're going to text them. You text, Brandon text, Jeremy go, you text. You with me? And we get them on there. I'm going to bust them open, Bo. All right? Hey, Super PAC. I just got a text that said, hey, did you know we had people promoted up the Super PAC this in the month of July? I mean, talking qualified. That means they did it in June and July. Would you pull up the qualifications, Tia? Can you do that and show people what it takes to move up? And then I will tell you who did it. Here we go. So scroll it down. I want to see here we go. Personal production of 20,000 2 months in a row gets you to bronze. We had Janina Wilson did it. Belle Krause did it. James and Pam Alara did it. Adam Johnson did it. Terry and Tia Edwards did it. Jonathan and Megan Yakey. The next level, 25,000 2 months in a row. James and Jane Hill did it. So they are silver producers. Mia Fennell did it. She's a silver producer. The next level is gold, gets you up to 90%. It's 30,000 2 months in a row. Jeff Turner did it. Marvin Otsoy did it. Woohoo! He's a gold producer. Way to go, Otsoy. And Jeremico Edwards, brother, with your gold shirt, and you're a gold producer. That's what I'm talking about. Pearl gets you 35,000 2 months in a row. Katrina Gustin did it. Mark Hutchinson did it. Then we have Emerald, which is 45,000 2 months in a row. Junior Korea, boom, yow. Emerald producer. Ruby producer is 50. We didn't have anybody do 50, but guess what? We got a diamond, 2 60,000s in a row. 2 60,000 issue paid in a row, Megan Wood, baby. So who's going to do August? Who's going to hit platinum? And then who's going to do it in September? This is getting crazy, boys and girls. Promotions, recognitions, 5 agency managers we on here. 4 hit it for the first time and 1 qualified. Woo! Woo! The alliance is blowing up, baby. We're taking over. It's going to get crazy. I hope this helped, guys. I'm going to remind you. First thing you do is the heart. Your heart. I trust them. I believe in them. That's why working your warm market. I know I was going to say in Think and Grow Rich. Getting a person to move is the highest paid thing you can get. So if you can learn the heart and then the mind and then the mouth, that's got you over the edge. That's how you get people to move, Jeremy. That's how you get Rogers and those, and that's how Billy started believing it. He went through a process of in the heart, believing Albright, believing Davies, and then the head seeing it how to work. And then he started talking trash. Then he did it one time, and then we loop it. And then we loop it. We get it down hard and deep. This is how we take over. This is how you win national championships. This is how you create billionaires. Congratulations to all those people that got promoted, hit those new levels. We need to recognize them as gold and silver and diamond and bronze producers everywhere. Guys, we need to recognize them. Love y'all. Hope this helped. Let's go out and kill it. Congratulations. I'll see you guys moving up to RM. Love you.